We are back. Thank you guys for joining us. We want to remind you to like, share, follow at Simply Centrell on Facebook and also on KYND Radio. Thank you to those folks who are tuning in during your drive. And we also appreciate all of the folks that have visited us on YouTube and also on the Simply Centrell website. Today, we are talking about the journey. We are talking to you and with you. So I want to encourage you to make sure you call in 832-230-5592, and we'll continue the conversation here. Today's conversation is about you. It's about your journey. It's about building a better you. And so here we were just talking about some of the things that we can do, changing habits, our mental, making sure that we get our mental right. It is the foundation for everything that we do. And then talking about how we can change the way we speak. Now, this is not to sound preachy. I literally have received the very same feedback from all of the wonderful people that I have met. And we're talking about influential people that have gone on to accomplish many great things. And without those people sharing their journeys with me and likely with you along the way, because you've met some influential people. You've met people in your life that have shared with you, this is how I did it. And so today I'm sharing with you, this is how I'm doing it. And I'm encouraging you to call and share with me how you are doing it. What things are you encountering on your journey? Now, I know a number of you have shared on Facebook and Instagram, all of those wonderful things. That's great. We encourage you to give us a call. Be okay with asking a question, engaging in the conversation. So as we're talking about changing our habits, strengthening our mental, changing our language so that we can build different habits, so that we can move towards the things that we truly want to encourage and create in our life. Well, there's a little bit more to that because these are all actions, right? So as I was talking earlier about the knowledge, the things that we are reading, the things that we are putting in, the people that we are around, the things that we're letting in, whether it's TV shows, music, whether it's even our company, those are important places to start taking notice. You're also making sure that you're building yourself up. You should have a healthy list right now of the things that you've accomplished today. I know my list is at least a page long because I have looked at these small things that I set out to accomplish, things that I didn't set out to accomplish, and things that just happened for me today that were amazing. So I want to make sure that you know an accomplishment is an accomplishment, big or small. Make sure that you've written it down. And don't just do this today. Do it every day. And it might even be good for you to note the things that you have changed so that you could accomplish what you're accomplishing. Because we need to make sure that we are giving ourselves a little pat on the back for all of the wonderful things we're doing. This is a journey and a grind. I know we use that word. It is a grind. So make sure that you are writing down all of those wonderful accomplishments and you are journaling those things that you are accomplishing because you don't want to forget them. And sometimes we do. Now, we have someone who's called in. Warren, thank you for calling in. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. Thank you very much. And you're doing a wonderful job. I appreciate the information that you're putting out there. There's just a lot of information that I'm getting from all of this, and I'm taking a lot of notes. And I just needed to ask a few questions here.
Sure.
You were talking about feeding ourselves mentally, and doing that pretty consistently. Well, how is there ever such a thing as too much in terms of feeding ourselves mentally from a positive standpoint? I know that kind of sounds crazy, but I wanted to find out. And then you also said something about the power of self-talk. With the situation that's been taking place over the last few days in Virginia, What type of self-talk do you think was taking place there? And we kind of understand the impact if there was any form of self-talk. But what type of self-talk do you believe there was any form of self-talk in that process in terms of the mindset of those folks?
Okay. That's a pretty good question, both of them actually. And so talking about the positivity and all of the different things that you can do, and is there such thing as too much? I don't know about it being there being a such thing as too much, because they say there could be too much of a good thing, or maybe there's never too much of a good thing. I think that you can't have too much positivity. You think about all the opportunities that you have for negativity, you kind of need to combat that, right? So when you have the opportunity to be around someone positive, be in a place that's positive, say things that are positive, you need to take advantage of them, because those times that are not, or at least you won't feel like they are, they're going to come. And it may not just be from you. It's definitely going to be from your surroundings, things you can't control. So when I say to build yourself up positively, I come from a personal place. I do it as much as I possibly can. From the moment that I wake up, and that's around 5-ish, I think it's important that you find good things to start your day off with, positive things. The first thing that you listen to should not be of profanity or negativity or something that's loud and disturbing. It should be something that feeds you for your day. And that's where you start, because you need something that's going to set you off on the right path. So that positivity should start then. And then as you move throughout the day, you should be infusing yourself with positivity, because we get into those lulls in the day where maybe we're not moving as fast as we wanted to move, or maybe we're not accomplishing as much as we wanted to accomplish, and we start to get frustrated. So you need to infuse yourself with some more positivity, whether you take a moment and you read a passage in a book that you know is positive or is going to feed you. There's a book that I read, and it's called I Am, and it's by Howard Falco, and it just constantly reinforces that we are creators of our situation, creators of matter, creators of this life. So we are co-creating our positivity all the time. So you need to make sure that throughout the day you are infusing your day with positivity. Find those things, those messages, those people that are speaking positive things. It could be a TED Talk. It could be a video. Whatever it is, it should be positive, though, because you're going to need that pick-me-up. And then as you move on through the day, you've got a couple of other things that happen. Maybe you have some meetings. Maybe you're around some folks that aren't having a good day, and then they give you that. So you definitely want to make sure that you have some go-tos. You have some things that even a motivational song that gets you right back to being positive again. So too much? I don't know. I don't think it could ever be. I think that you have to be armed and ready with all of your positivity arsenal to combat all of the wonderful things that could pop up, and keep yourself positive. So you're right, Warren, on the heels of this past weekend, which was definitely an unfortunate turn of events in Charlottesville, Virginia, I had the opportunity to spend some time at an event, a community event, to address all of these things. And you're talking about self-talk with the individuals that actually perpetrated the events there that killed someone and injured many others. Where does that mindset come from? As we were talking earlier in the show, I think a lot of these things are not only taught, because there were so many young kids there, and they had to have learned that from somewhere, right? Someone is sharing those messages with young children and telling them that this is the way you believe, because I don't believe that we were ever born to not love one another, to not want to do right. We have a conscience and we operate by that. We know what doesn't feel right. Someone has to tell us that this is the right way to go, especially at a young age. So the mindset likely was also taught, and taught back generations. And I don't like to get political here. I just want to make sure everyone understands that this is a human thing. This is not a political thing. This is a human thing. And when we talk about mindset or the need to harm people or to push our agenda, that comes from misinformation. And we have to be the change advocates. You know, I have read and listened to a number of different things, and there's a song that I really like that says, "Be the change that you want to see." And if not now, then when? And if not you, then who? Someone had to teach those individuals to hate. So someone's going to also have to teach them to love, or give them an example of what that looks like. Not an easy job to do. Definitely an uphill battle. It takes all of us, though, because that was a large group of people. And so mindsets get shifted when there's several examples and several teachers that come in to infuse the positive. And that's what we have to do. We have to continue to infuse the positive, because it's not just self-talk. It's rhetoric that has been continued from their teachers to others and continuing on in that realm. So we definitely have to be the examples that we want to see. And we have an uphill battle. So great questions, Warren. We are talking great stuff here on the Simply Centrell Show. Like, share, follow at Facebook, Simply Centrell, and KYND Radio. We will be right back.